Hello everyone, thank you for tuning in. It's another Tuesday. It's another drive-through sim series event. We're here for race number 4 out of 16, coming from beautiful Southern California at Auto Club Speedway. Thank you, Baldemati, for hosting me. Unfortunately, that's the old zombie notification. I got rid of those for everything else, so now when you follow me on Twitch, it won't show the dumb zombie. I actually have more funky little notifications that you'll see on the screen. So pre-qualifying, just getting underway here, and I accidentally left the the dust turned on earlier. I think we're good now, which is why if you're watching the intro, you may have seen me quit the game and restart it, but I think we're all good for now. He says at least DriveThrough has more exciting races than NASCAR itself. Yeah. Wait, why is it still dusty? Does it look dusty? Or is that just me? Maybe it's just the way Auto Club is looking. I thought we had some dust on the backstretch again. Isn't this, doesn't it look like there's dust in the air? I'm not going crazy, right? Tires aren't getting dirty. Maybe there's just, you know, I don't think we're near a desert or anything, but it's kind of a foggy day. Sure, we'll go with that. So as pre-qualifying gets underway here, these 26 drivers outside of the top 35 in owner points are going to compete, and the top 7 will make it to the race. So the top 7 of these 26 drivers, in lap times that is, I know it says practice at the top, don't worry about that. The top 7 are going to transfer into the main qualifying event when all 42 cars will be on track at once and the fastest laps will set the starting grid. And then immediately after that, we're jumping right into the race. I just realized, Adria, you're a mod, so you get around the swear filter. So the hair thing doesn't even work. So it's going to be pretty crazy. I did quite a bit of testing here, and let's just say there's a lot of grooves. And I mean, these guys will literally run 4 wide around Auto Club, like consistently 4 wide. Like not really pack racing, but you'll see what I mean. It's in the thumbnail. So it's 3 minutes done, 7 to go already. It's Brendan Smalley in first place with a 39.063. Skull and Bones in second. Oh, and Pure Red and Blues RP just went faster. And Brendan Smalley goes 38.7. These drivers still getting to know the track a little bit. It's the first time out this weekend. Did I do pre-donuts? I did not. I really wish I did, but I had a bunch of other stuff to do this morning. It's midterm season for me, so I can't dedicate that much time. Just because pre-donuts, it actually takes a while. So I don't know. I might not do the janky donuts that I did in Canada, because I don't think that went very well. But we'll see. Brendan Smalley on top with a 38.754. And Catlin Downey looks like has been in the wall at some point. And as you can see, even during qualifying, these guys are running side by side. But you can see, like, the bottom groove and the high groove, it's really equal through the corners. So I think we're going to see the bottom side maybe be a little bit quicker early on in the runs, and then that upper groove kind of get an advantage later on. You can see right now, the 59 working the high side will be able to get a better run out of the corner than the 71. Hey, Dry, I actually, like, before the weirdness, I was actually doing important things, believe it or not. Almost halfway through the session, Brendan Smalley out front, looking to qualify for his second race in a row. Anthony Lopez in the 75 hasn't qualified for a single race yet this year. Obviously, that 75 team's been working hard, because right now he's second in the standings, and the 71 and the 59 getting pretty close together. These guys have been running side by side consistently. I don't think Brendan's too happy that he can't really run the lines he wants to. And now it's Janza moving into second place in that 47. Qualified for his second race of the year last time out in Canada, and came to a very disappointing end after an early collision with the 39, taking both cars out of the race. And now Carter Friesen in the 33 goes even faster. Let's find him on track. And it's the 83 of Midlife 9999, even quicker. These 38.7s are coming in fast, and with 4.5 minutes to go, there's still a lot of time for these guys to pump out some more flying laps. Drive, how much did this cost you? Wait, what do you mean? I mean, it costed everything. Carter Friesen now going to be held up a little bit by the 51 here. Now he's fallen down to third in the standings, as Janza and Midlife 9999 have equaled each other's laps. Now Midlife 9999 goes out even faster with a 38.697. And I believe this will be his second start after the Daytona race, but I'm not entirely sure. Three and a half minutes left in this pre-qualifying session. Right now, the 7 cars in transfer positions is the 83 of Midlife 9999, the 47 of Janza, the 33 of Carter Friesen, the 06 of that NR 2003 guy, who hasn't made a start yet, the 21 of Jose the Potato, and the 71 of Brendan Smalley. Anthony Lopez now pushed back down into 8th spot. And you can see 5th, 6th, and 7th, or not 7th, 5th and 6th, incredibly close. The 06 and the 21 setting identical lap times. Time is ticking away, and a lot of these drivers are going to have to pull something out of their hat. There's so many of these cars that haven't made a single race. DS Gaming now in second. Speaking of cars that haven't made a single race, the 16 puts himself in second place. And with 2.5 minutes left, that might be enough to ensure a transfer into the main event. Carnation, this is pre-qualifying. Don't worry. You're guaranteed a spot in the race, so you're going to be in the main qualifying event. Two minutes to go, and as DS Gaming goes even faster, 38.653, an incredibly quick lap. If Savage Toy Show doesn't make this race, well, that 60 car has had, well, not a lot of speed. Let's find him. He's currently 21st in the standings. The 60 hasn't made a single race this year. Been a pretty disappointing team. It's been a pretty disappointing season for that team. Same with the 0. I don't think he's made a single race. Currently 10th in the standings. Jack Shadow. Just not quite doing enough. Still has over a minute left. See if that 0 car can pull something out here. Less than a minute to go, and he does! This is the opposite of a commentator's curse. Jack Shadow goes first, lighting up the standings with a 38.621. What a lap. Maybe working a little bit of draft off the 21 here. And that 0 is set a quick lap. Wow. So some of you guys wondering if you have made laps, don't worry. Everybody's out there driving. The 85, you're 19th right now. And the 14 is in 13th. Made laps, just sometimes not that quick. As we're approaching the end of the session here with 10 seconds left for these drivers to start their final laps, it's Jack Shadow on top, looking for his first start of the year. DS Gaming in second, looking for his first start of the year. Then it's Midlife 9999, Janza, Carter Friesen, that Enter 2003 guy, and Jose the Potato, with Simon Bloomfield and Brendan Smalley just outside of that cutoff line. And Jack Shadow getting even more draft from some of these guys. Track position can be pretty strategic when it comes to group qualifying, especially at a big track like this. Auto Club Speedway, 2 miles all the way around. And as the session comes to an end, no changes among the top 7. Jack Shadow with an incredibly fast 38.621. They've done a lot of work on that zero car. And he's made his way into his first start of the season here in race number 4. So let's take a look at the standings. After pre-qualifying, Jack Shadow, puts the number 0 car in first place with a 38.621, DS Gaming in second. Then it's Midlife 9999, Janza, Carter Friesen, that 2003 guy, and Jose the Potato, all making the transfer positions. Simon Bloomfield misses out by 0.005 of a second. Brendan Smalley was quick at the start, couldn't really get that 71 to put some more fast laps in, and he's also just going to miss the cut line. Skull and Bones in 10th, not quite fast enough, and won't continue his qualification streak. Anthony Lopez in 11th, still can't make a single race this year. A lot of work for that 75 team to do. VGO3 12th, it's DK 13th. JR Preston plays YT, fittingly the number 14 in 14th place. Emmett Lashbrook pre-qualifies 15th. Jonathan 88, also going to head home early, along with Pure Red and Blues RP. Gatlin Downey, Chase the Coyote to AFK Master. Hello IMU, Trooper 501. Jake 24, after his first 2 races, incredibly impressive. Or his first 3, very impressive, and not a great showing today. Pre-qualified in 23rd. Matt Eisenbeis also going to head home early, along with the 60. Savage Toy Show hasn't made a single race this year, and Baldumati 37 as well, 26th. A lot of disappointed drivers, but 7 of these drivers are going to make it to the big show, and we're going to get set for the full qualifying session. So before we do anything else, let's move our qualifying drivers into our race roster. So give me a second here now, because I'm going to pull out that screenshot that I just took. So Jack Shadow in the number 0, DS Gaming in the 16, Midlife 9999 in the 83, Janza in the 47, 33 of Carter Friesen, the 06 of that 103 guy, and Jose the Potato in the 21, running that fresh Ryan Newman throwback Discord paint scheme. So let me remember, first of all, to change my overlay to show that this is the qualifying session. Ryan Newman 2006. For those of you who didn't tune into my live stream last night, I put a little highlight clip on my channel. Definitely worth watching. Honestly, the stream last night was a lot of fun. I forgot to change the roster. The stream last night was a lot of fun. Thanks again to you guys who I got to hang out with a little bit while I very, very slowly painted 2 cars. And we're going to have a 10-minute group qualifying session, all 42 cars on track, looking to battle it out and set the grid for today's race. Nobody coming out of track early. Some drivers still making it out of the garage. And it looks like the first one is DNP 10, I believe. Really, it's hard to tell. Yes, it is DNP 10. As the drivers file out of pit road, this qualifying session ready to go underway. And we saw the draft coming into play a little bit during pre-qualifying. It'll be interesting to see what track position of drivers relative to other cars will do in terms of how quickly they can go, and I'm sure we're going to see a lot of side-by-side racing, and these guys don't want to be side-by-side. As McSpookboy already pushing Anthony Plays out of the way. That 6 wants some clean air in front of him. There was a girl named Ryan Newman that acted in 2006. I just think it was really funny the way like that turned up. I was going Ryan Newman 2003, Ryan Newman 2002, Ryan Newman 2006. Just such a drastic change. One of my finer stream moments. Who do I think will win? I can't say anything. Every time I say something, that person just gets like totally ranked out of the event. So let's wait for qualifying to finish, and then, you know, maybe we can make some predictions. Priya McShane running the DC Solar car for the first time this season. Hopefully that'll give her better luck than the Ineos car has. Because this 42 has been so fast, but so unlucky. Looking for a change of fate, maybe, with that white and blue DC Solar paint scheme. Julio Cesar also in a new paint scheme for this week. That discount tire 00 with the numbers now on the quarter panel. Ben Pai 1024 also looking pretty fresh with the iconic orange Eris car. It's the first time we've seen that paint scheme racing. Racer Fan 99 in the Whiskey River number 22. Also a fresh paint out this week. And of course, we've already mentioned the Discord number 21 of Jose the Potato, the Ryan Newman 2006 car. Not the first time we've seen it on track, but the first time we'll see it in a qualifying session, and the first time we'll see it in a race. Number 16 Sprite Camry of DS Gaming. Very cool looking car. I'm glad we can finally see this guy on track. Description says round 5. Oops. I'll fix that afterwards. But yeah, this is definitely round 4. I probably just missed the 4 key, honestly. Is there a Sun Energy car? No. There's not, which is kind of a good thing for me, because I don't know if I can paint a Sun Energy car. Oh my god. There's some complicated designs. With 6 minutes left in the session, look who it is in first place. It's the number 77 of DriveThrough. That's me, in case y'all don't know. 38.569. Not quite as fast as we've seen in the pre-qualifying sessions, but fast enough to be on top right now. What track is this? This is Auto Club Speedway. This is the FSE 2014 version of the track, which provides for a weird amount of pack-like racing. See, I waited until race 4 to rig it so that people wouldn't be like, oh, this thing is so rigged. And wow, the 0 of Jack Shadow continuing to be incredibly quick. Now at the top of the board, 38.491. He had the fastest pre-qualifying time. Now with the fastest qualifying time halfway through this session. And I will remember to change it to race. Thank you. But yeah, that's a mistake I'll make only once. Oh, what state? This is in California, Southern California. In fact, it used to be called California Speedway, but before AAA came and bought the naming rights. Number 0 car is still the fastest by a pretty good margin over the 77. You can see he's staying in line, maybe getting a draft from the 21. And stringing together some quick laps. Now the number 99, that's Derek moving into second place. Let's find the 99. He's also sporting a pretty fresh paint scheme this week. Of course, it's the Carl Edwards tribute. The number 99 Aflac Ford Fusion. As he's going to be going 3 wide here. Tired of being held up behind traffic. Derek wants some fresh air. Get that 99 some more quick laps. But we're seeing all these grooves are pretty equal. He's not able to pass these guys, the 06 and the 38. Now that's going to hold up the 2 of Luke Rainey as well as Nodcrock in the 25. Being in a pack is not what these drivers want to do right now. Trying to qualify and get the fastest lap times. Spitfire asks, where's the 48? Try and find you on the standings here. 32nd place, so not incredibly quick right now. As we have some more interesting 3-wide battles. A What Incarnation on the bottom, Fireball 398 in the middle, and Thick Daddy on the outside. That 81 sporting a fresh paint scheme this week. Sponsored now by Advance Auto Parts. Less than 3 minutes left in the session. Still a lot of work to be done for some of these drivers. Right now the top 5 is Jack Shadow, Derek DriveThrough, Mitchell Collins, and Cody H Gaming. DriveThrough word of the day is fresh. We're talking fresh schemes. The Allegiant car, that's fresh. We haven't seen that on track yet. I think we've seen most of these guys already. Or their cars that I've mentioned. I don't think there's any other fresh car. Oh, the Kroger 98. There's a fresh scheme. Out on track for the first time. 2 minutes left in the session. Still no movement on the top. A lot of these guys starting to group together a little bit. You can see here 3 Fords and 2 Chevys forming a bit of a pack. Let's see what I mean when I was talking about kind of pack racing. One and a half minutes left still. Everybody unable to touch Jack Shadow's 38.491. That 0 car is really making a statement in his first start of the year. With some of these guys lining up, we may see some quick laps, especially from cars at the backs of these groups who can get the draft on the straights, but can also grab some clean air in the corners. We'll keep an eye on it. Die2 Hunter says that one person watching on Twitch is lonely. That one person is me. Yeah. That's okay. I'm really more about YouTube than I am about Twitch. So I'm sure you guys know, considering you're all watching this on YouTube. Just a little bit of time left in this session here. It looks like the positions are pretty much set, unless someone comes out with that cracker of a lap just at the end here. Anthony places, I feel like someone is going to flip. Honestly, it might happen. We've got the 3 has lost an engine. NASCAR Lover 201 in qualifying here with 30 seconds left has grenaded the motor. 13th or 14th place, sorry, in the standings right now. They're going to have to do a little bit of work if they can get that car ready for the race. And this session comes to an end. Jack Shadow in that number 0 BRP Can-Am car, untouchable. Let's go through the standings as they are right now. Jack Shadow in the 0 with the 38.491, incredibly quick. Derek in second, number 99 with the 38.547. Then it's DriveThrough with his best qualifying of the season, starting in 3rd place. Mitchell Collins in 4th, and Cody H Gaming in 5th. Weak Boy in the 29 will start 6th, and then it's the big one 53.95 in 7th. Midlife 999 in 8th, and Jesse Boston in 9th. Jose the Potato will start in 10th place, ahead of Mike PMC in 11th. DNP 10 in 12th. Okay, buddy, fired up here. Ben Pie 1024. NASCAR Lover 201. Mishinomi Hirohito. Actually, no. NASCAR Lover, because they have to fix the engine, I think they're going to start from the back. So that 3 car, I think they're going to make the race, but they're going to have to go to the back of the field with that whole engine issue that they experienced at the end of the qualifying session. Emperor Hirohito in 15th. Fireball 398 16th. Well, whatever number I say, imagine it's -1. They move up because the 3 has to go back. Carter Friesen 17th. Anderson Reed 18th. Luke Rainey 19th. Non Karaka in 20th. And then it's What Incarnation, Anthony Plays, Janza, Adria Fitzy, KHP01, Kumon Cup Series, DS Gaming, Spitfire, Priya McShane, McSpookboy, Michael Deitch, Thick Daddy, Hunter B, points leader, F1 Fan 2751, only managing a 34th place lap. Have a lot of work to do if he wants to keep that lead. Pure in the 61 starts 35th, then it's Asteroid Strike 9, that under 2003 guy, Julio Caesar, Racer Fan 99, Rusty Fighter 89, last week's race winner Xander M, proving not to be as strong on the speedways as he is on the road courses, and the Flynn Zone 37 rounds out the field. 2 people on Twitch now, yes, because Adra's there. So let's export these results. Sorry, let's save these results. We'll export them too. 04 Auto Club Quali. And we saved it, right? We saved it? Oh, we have to skip the qualifying session, then we can save it. I know what I'm doing, guys. I do this professionally, don't worry. Okay, so all of that stuff out of the way, let's set the grid. We're going to crack open our save game editor here. Oh, and I lost it. There it is. Okay, so I'm going to have to open up my export that I just made of all the results. I'm getting lost in my windows here. Give me a second. There we go. Okay. So Jack Shadow in the number nothing. The 0 car starts in 1st. I guess I shouldn't have read the grid before because now I have to go through and do it all over again. DriveThrough. Mitchell Collins. Cody H Gaming. There he is. And it's Weak Boy and the big one. I know every week I talk about how much I don't like this interface. But believe me, it's kind of frustrating. I'm just glad we have the ability to set our own grids like this. And just so you guys know, I'm only doing this because if I run like just a normal qualifying session, then we don't actually see any of the cars qualifying. And I think it's important to sort of, you know, see the group qualifying. I think we're really going to miss out when we don't get to do this during the super speedway races. Jesse Boston, Jose the Potato. So let me get this straight again. DriveThrough, Mitchell Collins, Cody H Gaming, Weak Boy, the big one, Midlife 9999, Jesse Boston, Jose the Potato, and then it should be Mike PMC. I got lost. I got super lost. Where's DNP10? There he is. Okay, DNP10, Ben Pie 1024. Tell you what, you can treat this as a commercial break. If you don't want to use the washroom, now's your chance. Because as soon as I'm done this arduous task, we're going to get onto the race. But I really got to find all these stupid little names in this stupid little list. And Hirohito. Just for the record, however big this is on your screen, it's half the size on my screen. And it's like actually a tiny little list. And it's really annoying. So it should be Hirohito, Fireball, Carter Freeze, and Anderson Reed. The things we do for views. Luke Rainey. Non-Karaka. Okay. One carnation, and then we're halfway there. My god. Anthony plays 32. Luckily, when we get to the second half, it's actually easier. Janza and Adria Fitzy starting side by side. That should be interesting. KHP01, Kumai Cup Series. And it's DS Gaming and Spitfire. DS Gaming and Spitfire. McShane, Mixed Poop Boy. I would do this ahead of time if I could, but I actually can't because, like, I have to if I want the qualifying to be live streamed. And I guess I could cheat and like pre-record it, but then pretend to like commentate as it's happening. But I think that's kind of cheap. Maybe that's just me. Straight Strike, that is a 3 guy, Julio Caesar, Racer Fan 99, Rusty Fighter, Xander M, LaFlin Zone. There we go. My goodness. Okay. So we can save that. And I'm going to remember. I'm going to make it say race. Don't worry. I know what I'm doing. There we go. Race 4. The Auto Club 250. And this, when we're done, will mark the first quarter of the DriveThrough Sim Series season. So if you're here now, you are just in time for the beginning of the race. The qualifying order is set. The field is ready to go here. Let's skip to the command.
Okay, buddy, fired up. One switch at a time.
I missed it. Let's
okay, buddy, fired up.
skip
One
to the
switch at a
command.
time.
I'll give it 20 seconds. I don't mind that. We are going to have 113 laps here. at this 2-mile speedway, which will make 250 miles.
Start your engine! Nice service. Be there at the end. It's a long race. We just got to stay in contention. No mistakes. That's the big key. No mistakes today. We get up there. We get in the top 10. We ride. We ride. We ride. That's what we got to do today.
Big dick energy.
Thank you for the energy and for the tuning. I'm not an egg, okay? I thought I... Oh, you can say hair in the YouTube one, but not in the other thing. Oh my goodness. This is getting obnoxious. Don't start this egg thing. Oh my goodness. It looks like whatever dust. I just realized I forgot something. Excuse me one moment. It's still dusty, right? Like, it still looks dusty. Let me check my player thing one more time. Because it actually still looks like it's dusty. And I thought I turned dust off. What? Dirt. If I set dirt effect on, that's not what does that, is it? Or is that smoke? Adria, this is what happens. You started the egg thing. This is entirely your fault. And guess what? It's your mess to deal with. Okay. I think the only thing that I need to do now is the thing that I remembered I forgot, which was I gotta move the 3 to the back. Because of that engine change. They did get it fixed in time, but NASCAR Lover 201 will start at the rear because of that engine failure in practice in qualifying. Even if it is dusty, I don't care. Let's get this thing underway. We've waited long enough, I think. Adria, you started the egg thing. Haha. Alright, let's jump back to the command.
Buddy, fired up. One switch at a time, turning your stuff on.
I missed it.
Okay, buddy,
I missed it
fired up
again.
here. Remember, one switch at a time. Okay, buddy, fired up, or one switch at a time.
Alright, we get it. That's close enough. Don't mind that. It wasn't a false start or anything. We've certainly done worse. It's time for the most famous words in racing.
Gentlemen, start your engine! Nice service. Be there at the end. It's a long race. We just got to stay in contention. No mistakes. That's the big key. No mistakes today. We get up there. We get in the top 10. We ride. We ride. We ride. That's what we got to do today.
And now it looks like the dust has actually cleared. It's a bright sunny day here in Southern California. We have 113 laps of racing ahead of us. 42 cars file out onto the field. I think we're going to have a pretty good show here, guys. Thank you to everyone who has tuned in at this point. And you're here just in time. Jack Shadow in his very first start, starting in pole position, with Derek on the outside, DriveThrough it, and Mitchell Collins in row 2. Let's go through the top 10. Sure, Cody H Gaming in 5th, Weak Boy 6th, then it's the big one 53.95, Midlife 999, Jesse Boston, and Jose the Potato round out the top 10. The lights are off on the Chevrolet Camaro pace car, and we are getting ready to go green here. The pace car pulls in. The field files out of turn 4. And it's still dusty. I don't care. Green flag is out. Off we go. And already we're going 4 wide. Four wide, almost 5 wide at one point. Back in the pack. The 99 of Derek on the outside, looking to make his way to the move. They're going 4 wide for the lead. Cody H Gaming all the way on the bottom. Down the back straightaway, Derek is going to have the run out of the corner. It's DriveThrough coming around in second place. The 0 is dropping back. DriveThrough now on the inside of Derek. Look at how wide this pack is getting. Way down at the bottom of the track for the 77. Derek's going to have a great drive off the corner. And leading the very first lap from outside pole, it is the number 99. And this pack is so tight right now. They're spread out wide, but we're seeing 4, almost 5 across. Some of these guys getting stuck on the bottom, and I think they're just moving backwards. On that outside line, it's Mitchell Collins with a push from the 21. Trying to work his way to third place as DriveThrough goes to the bottom for the lead. DriveThrough way down to the bottom of 3 and 4. Pulls up alongside Derek, but that 99 again working that higher line, getting a whole lot of speed, and able to fend off this attack from the 77. And in turns 1 and 2 again, Jose going way out to the top side of the track. Mitchell Collins now worked his way into third place. DriveThrough looking at the bottom again into turn 3. Spotters are working hard today. DriveThrough down to the bottom again. He's going to nose out just ahead of Derek. Really trying to work that bottom side, but hasn't been successful yet. Now Mitchell Collins dropping back. Jose the Potato was working way up on the outside line. Now he's going to move into third. And it's What Incarnation in 4th. Janza in 5th. As now Derek protects the bottom. DriveThrough is going to get a draft. Might go for a move. What Incarnation in the inside for third place. And DriveThrough down to the bottom again. Turn 3 and 4. Way down. Like just above the apron. Let's go back in the pack because I saw these guys are running 4 wide yet again. And then Kraken the 25. This must be really tough for the spotters. There is so much going on track right now. So many lanes available. And it's easy to make places, it's easy to drop places. Chaos right now. So someone gets into the wall coming into 3. I'm not quite sure who it was. I just saw sparks. Back at the front now. DriveThrough still working the bottom. Jose the Potato on the top is going to push Derek back ahead. And the 21's going to take advantage of the 77 being stubborn and sticking it to the bottom through turns 3 and 4. Now Jose's going to go to the bottom through turns 1 and 2 for the lead of the race. I'm amazed nobody has died yet. With a pack this tight, this many cars racing this quickly, no chaos. Janza's in second. That outside line really working out for that 47 team. Had such a disappointing run last week in Canada. But it looks like the Speedway program working well in that 47 team. Now to the outside of Derek. I don't think we've seen someone try and go around the outside of the 99 for the lead yet. They're going to go 3 wide. Jose on the inside. Janza goes way up the track. And the 47 on the top side. They went 4 wide for a minute there with What Incarnation sticking through. Janza's in the lead of the race, but for how long? And this racing is literally impossible in real life, but it is possible in the DriveThrough Sim series to have all these lines, like the entire width of the track, be pretty much the same speed. Unheard of. But it's proven to be pretty great racing, isn't it? Janza in the lead now. What Incarnation sticking on the bottom. Weak Boy in the 29. making his way up to the front for the first time today. And this pack is still going 3 to 4 wide. There's the groove is so wide here. It's unbelievable. He says it's already better than Sunday. It's certainly not single file the way Talladega was. Derek manages to stay in second. Ben Pye 1024 into third place. See if that 20 can put on a pretty good charge here. He's made up a whole lot of spots already. Gonna get a little bit of draft from Derek in the 99 here. And having a look to the bottom of the track. Although we've seen that move, it's been hard to make. Jumping to the bottom like that. Taitu Hunter says, wait until the whole field is taken out by a car spinning. It could happen. It certainly could happen. But until it does, this is fantastic racing. These guys are so aggressive out of the gate. And look at how tight this pack has remained. I mean, right in the middle of this. Must be pretty chaotic. Is that 5? Maybe 6 wide? Through the turns, it is really hard to tell. Cody HK, remember, he started in 5th place. And he's now down past 20th. That 28 car is really struggling to work in the pack here. Although it may be a strategy call by the 28. If he knows that car is quick and it's a long race, it could be pretty chaotic at the start here. The best place to avoid the carnage is either at the back of the pack or at the front. I'm amazed these guys haven't wrecked. There's been so many aggressive moves, 4 wide racing. Look at these guys spread out. Down the front stretch they go. And Janza in the 47, just taking away the laps here. He already has those 5 bonus points for leading the lap. If he can stay out there, he might be able to get 5 more for leading the most. As Jose the Potato now in 3rd place. That 21 car along with the 47 looking for a good points haul. These part-time drivers need all of the points they can get, so when they enter races, it's essential that they perform well. That 21 car's been quick. He's been at the front all day. Now, maybe having a look at the 99. Not quite. 13 laps. Well, 12 and a half completed so far, although it's felt like much longer than that with the racing we've seen. It looks like finally this lead group starting to spread out and go single file. Jose looking at the bottom, see if the 20 will jump behind him and help. Ben Pye might make it 3 wide here. The 20 sticking his nose in on the bottom. 3 wide for 2nd place. And I think Derek way on the high side in that 99 is going to have the advantage. But the 21 maybe? No, I don't think he'll be able to clear the 99 through here. Let's take a look at the back of the pack. Xander M, last week's race winner. Jumped up a whole bunch of spots in the standings. So far, just biding his time at the back of the pack. And I mean, it's still pretty tight here. These boys are going 3 wide. He's going to jump to the bottom of the 3. We're seeing the 2 grooves, especially through 3 and 4. It's either right down on the apron or pretty high up the track. Looks like a lot of these drivers opting for the pretty high up the track option. Maybe high through 1 and lower through 2. Be interesting to see how these lines change over time, if they do at all. And Jose the Potato dropping back a little bit. It's DriveThrough now in 3rd place. Gregory Addison asks, was there any wrecks yet? No, there was not any wrecks yet. But we're only 16 laps into this deal, and I think we could see some chaos further on. Come on, Cup Series. Make sure you focus on the Smithfield. That's pretty funny. Jason in the lead. Unrealistic. That's what happens when you get a computer to drive your car. That 47 has been fast. Now some of these leaders running lower down through 3 and 4. DriveThrough's going to have a look yet again at the bottom of the 99. The 77 has enjoyed running the bottom, but I don't think it's worked very well for him. In fact, Jose might go 3 wide here. We're going 3 wide for a second yet again. This time it's the 99, the 77, and the 21. So we're seeing some of the usual suspects here in this lead group of cars. DriveThrough now pulling away a little bit. Might be able to clear the 99 through turn 4. Looks like not quite. Derek with a lot of speed on the high side. Tell you what, it's the best run the 77's had all season. Finished dead last at Daytona. Involved in a whole bunch of wrecks and just a whole bunch of disappointing runs. I think the 77 team will be pretty happy with the performance so far today. Really showing some speed here at Auto Club. Even though he's been unable to pass the 99. Now at the back of the pack, things starting to string out a little bit. But these cars are still really close together. Certainly not easy to check out the way you can at places like Iowa. I mean, I'm sure we'll see a totally different kind of racing next week when we're in Richmond. Back to short tracks, less than a mile long. And 20 laps into this race, the entire field separated by just 6.5 seconds. The entire field. They really aren't spreading out that much, as now Weak Boy way down at the bottom. I think that's going to prevent DriveThrough attacking the way that he would have liked to. Now the 77 is going to try the outside of the 99. I think a strategy that many would agree should have been tried a long, long time ago. And DriveThrough finally able to get past Derek in that 99. Now up into 2nd place. And through all this battling, Janza on the 47 hasn't really been able to pull away from these guys. And we've seen how quick that 77 can be, despite his stubbornness and love for the bottom line. DriveThrough pretty quickly closing that gap down to the 47. We may have another battle for the lead here. 47's led most of the laps so far this race. Does NASCAR actually use flex tape on the cars? That's up to the teams. But JD Motorsports definitely uses like actual flex tape on the cars. In fact, they have an ad where they go through, like, I think the 01 wasn't a big wreck at Daytona, and they just threw flex tape all over it, and he still had a good finish. DriveThrough closes in behind the 47. You might see him make a move on the bottom here. The 47's going to stay sort of middle of the track. DriveThrough's just going to tuck in behind him for now. Now having a look at the bottom. Outside of turn 4, here comes the 77. Can I put Bob Ross on my car? Not quite sure how realistic that is, I'll be honest. I don't know if that's a thing. Unless you have a car sponsored by, like, the Joy of Painting, even though that doesn't exist anymore. I pay attention to the chat. Don't worry about it. DriveThrough, looking at the bottom yet again. I don't know if you'll be able to make that move. It was worth a what? Still working the bottom. I think because Jans is holding on to that top line, it's sort of forcing the 77 to try and work the lower side. And it might just work out pretty even coming off of turn 2. In a 3 and 4 now. We're getting pretty long into this run, and I think these tires are starting to suffer a little bit. That outside line still much, much faster, especially through turns 3 and 4. Don't spam emojis, please. I know it was a funny video. Jason Nolan says, you do this every Tuesday. I do. I do this every Tuesday. Every Tuesday at 5 p.m. It's kind of a series that I do. Although there might be some off weeks later on, especially around my exam season. We'll see how much time I have available. Of course, any announcements on that kind of stuff will be made in the Discord. Derek now is caught up to these lead two. The 77 and the 47 have been doing so much battling that it's allowed the 99 to catch up. Weak Boy and What Incarnation fighting for 4th place right now as well. Can I create a Ryan Newman 2006? I basically did. Like Jose the Potato's car. This car right here. Like that's Ryan Newman 2006. That's what it is. Wait, on this camera, the tires are all dusty. On this camera, they're not. There's some weird NR 2003 things going on. I don't know. I really don't know how this happens. Black Flag the 77 for rigging the series. I mean, I waited 4 races to rig it. Does that make it okay? Look, if I rigged it, the 77 would be in the lead right now, and he's not. He's in 2nd. DriveThrough closing in on the 47 yet again. Has a good run on him coming out of turn 4. Looking to the bottom. Jan's on the 47 holding on to that top side. Forcing the 77 to try the bottom. He's had several attacks here. Hasn't been able to make a move stick. Cody, is that the Cody? It is the Cody. And the bottom side just not working out. DriveThrough falling back. Derek's still running in 3rd. Weak Boy's made his way up into 4th. And it's What Incarnation in 5th place. So Jose the Potato in the 21 falling back a little bit. You can see Carter Friesen in the 33. His first start of the season. Doing pretty well. Running solidly in the top 10 today. Jack Shadow from pole position. Still just inside the top 10. Managing to stay with this lead group of cars. Where Cody is. Cody started in the top 5, qualified 5th place, has not had a great race at all. That 28's been pretty slow, right now running 33rd position. And in this tail end of the pack group of cars here. So he's been passed by a lot of people, let's say that much. Back at the front, and DriveThrough looking at the bottom again. I don't know if that move's going to work out. But it looks like Jason's scrubbed off some speed. Janza scrubbed off some speed on the top side. And now DriveThrough gets past. Derek is going to try it as well. And new leader for the first time this season, it's the 77 of DriveThrough. Jansen now falls into the draft behind him. Derek's go at second place. It didn't quite work out. And that's the second lead change we've had. Third lead change we've had. Brendan Smalley asks, am I not in this race? Unfortunately, no. You didn't pre-qualify for the event. Although you came really close. Uh-oh, here come... here come the pitchforks. It's rigged. DriveThrough's in the lead of his own series. Hey, look, we're only 32 laps into this thing. There's a lot of time for me to screw this up. Don't worry.
Leave me alone. I know what to do.
Leave him alone. Thank you very much, GGM 2002, for following me on Twitch. That Do Hunter says, we want to crash. You're just gonna have to wait, buddy. Simple as that. These guys are running single file at the front. This pack has really started to spread out. And I think, better than a crash, we're going to get some green flag pit stops. Maybe, for the first time this year, we can get through a whole round of pit stops without chaos. So I think we're going to see some interesting pit strategy come into play here. Whether it's better to pit early, try the undercut, get some fresh tires on and set some quick laps, or wait longer and hope that other drivers have trouble pitting. Thank you, PG Family Friendly Clean, for following me. Take it easy on the spam, y'all. One Incarnation in third place, now closing in on Janza. 24 has been at or near the front all day. Now he's going to try the outside of the 47 and maybe move up into second place. I'm going to go ahead and say you shouldn't use gay as an insult. And it's not an elitist thing to say, no. Carnation up into second place. It's the highest the 24 has been all day. And again, the 77 out front, but hasn't really been able to pull away from everybody else. There's a little bit of a draft here at California that's keeping these groups close together. At the back of the pack now, almost going 3 wide. The 3, the 55, the 06. Some of these guys have been at the... Happy birthday. Thank you, Dreaded Blade, for following me on Twitch. And Fireball398. Are my YouTube subscriber alerts not working again? No, the Twitch ones are. The YouTube donation ones should work. But, like, I should have the same things for YouTube subscriptions. Here before car wait. Carnation in second, not really able to close the gap to the 77. In fact, now with a bit of a train behind him. Jan's in the 47, Derek in the 99, and Jose the Potato in the 21, all falling closely behind Carnation in the 24 here. And now Janza's going to look to the inside. But Derek staying on top, that might give him the opportunity to move into third. Side by side now for third place. The 99 of Derek and the 47 of Janza. Both of these guys have led a handful of laps today. 47 especially. And now DriveThrough in the 77 on the bottom is going to come in to pit on lap 38 of 113. The 77 coming alone. Nobody's going to follow him in. Looking to put some fresh tires on and maybe get some clean laps maybe to pull out the lead a little bit, but I don't think anybody else is coming to pit. It looks like the 20 is the only other car, the 12, sorry, of Anderson Reed. And I think we might see a quick response from the rest of the pack. And what incarnation to the pits? The 47 and the 99 are going to stay out. What incarnation comes in? The 21 of Jose the Potato comes in. And now the race for the lead is between Derek and Janza. That 99 on the outside, these guys have been running side by side for a number of laps here. Janza putting on some solid defense on the inside. But Derek is going to clear him coming out of turn 2. And for now, the 99 is in the lead. As drivers are going for 4 tire stops, a whole bunch of the field is pitting. DriveThrough now out of the pits. He's going to be a lap or 2 down. Hoping that we don't get a caution. And here comes the 99 and the 47 in the pits. Weak Boy's going to follow them. So will KHP01, Fireball, and Jesse Boston. Staying out, the 00 of Julio Caesar. Now taking over the lead of the race. As well as the 53. Where is he? Of the big one. And Adra Fitzy in the 04 into 3rd place on pit strategy. But let's take a look at DriveThrough here. I think he's only 1 lap down. Only 1 lap down. And with these fresh tires, should be moving pretty quickly. The only 4 cars to stay out right now. The 00, the 53, the 04, and the 38. See who comes to pit now. Julio Caesar jumps into the pits, as will the 53 and the 04 and the 38, which gives DriveThrough the lead. No, sorry, he's on the lead lap. But he still has another lap to do until he's back in the lead. As the rest of the field pulls out of the pits, you can see just how much faster these guys are on fresh tires. Pitting just 1 lap earlier puts the 77 and the 24 that far ahead of Janza and the 47 and the rest of these guys. In fact, Jose the Potato able to jump the 47 as well. So now the 77 and the 24, then it'll be the 21, the 47, and there's a pretty big gap there. This pack's starting to spread out even more. As these stragglers that stayed out a little bit longer finally coming out of the pits. They'll be pretty far back. I think they're a lap down. No, they're not a lap down, but they're pretty far back. We don't need a crash. We can have, like, good racing without crashing. I think we've seen enough chaos through the first 3 races of this year that I don't mind. I really don't mind a simple race with just some good old racing. Crashes are temporary, racing is forever. That's pretty good. If we do get a crash, it will bunch this field up, but right now, What Incarnation closing up to the back of the 77. Both of these guys over 3 seconds ahead of everyone else with that early pit stop. But as you know, these tires are 1 lap older than everybody else's. So the rest of the pack should be able to slowly close in on the 77 and the 24. Now What Incarnation at the bottom with those fresh tires. That bottom line may work out for him. And with these leaders going side by side, it will definitely slow them down. Now 3.5 seconds back to Jose the Potato in the 21. Oh my goodness. The number of people saying the race is rigged. What happened to the 5 wide pack racing? Well, we saw that at the start. When this pack was close together, they were racing 5 wide, but since then, we've had 45 laps of green flag racing, and it's been exciting racing too. We've seen battles all over the place, some great passes for the lead, and now maybe a little bit of calm as this pack is very, very much spread out. Still seeing some 3 wide, and despite how spread out this pack is. Although I don't think this will result in any sort of collisions right now. I think everyone's going to be careful, but if we get a big caution, like a caution near the end of the race, I'm sure we'll see the aggression be turned up. And the battle now for 3rd place. Janza to the inside of the 21. Not quite able to do it. What Incarnation tucked under the bumper of the 77. And gets into the 77 a little bit, way down at the bottom of the track. I think What Incarnation wanted that bottom line. And when DriveThrough came down to block, just got a little bit too close. Let's see a replay here. I'm pretty sure there was contact. Right there, just touches the corner of the 77. Lucky he doesn't spin him out. That could have been much, much worse for these leading cars. Don't mind the weird dustiness in this camera only. This would be a great view to compare the pace of our 2 leaders. What Incarnation in the 24 can't quite lead this lap, but alongside the 77 for now. I mean, we've seen What Incarnation come so close to winning the race at Iowa. I mean, losing out in the last 2 corners to Jake 24. I think that 24 is hungrier than ever for a win. Let's see if we can find some good battles in the pack. Xander M goes top to bottom to try and get past Midlife 9999 here. These guys are running just around 30th place. And we're seeing these not quite packs, but little groups of cars that end up getting stuck together. Whoever's in the lead of these little groups unable to pull away from everyone else because of that little bit of draft. The gap now between the first 2 cars in 3rd place, 4.26 seconds. What Incarnation and DriveThrough are pulling away from the rest of the pack. The 47 and the 21 are battling so much. And they've got a little train of cars behind them. But they're battling so much. I mean, these guys are going side by side as well. But they're still pulling away from the pack. "50 laps completed. We still don't have a single caution, although it's come pretty close. DriveThrough leads just ahead of What Incarnation, now by almost 5 seconds on Jose the Potato. I'm going to go ahead and say not everyone wants a wreck. A lot of these drivers don't want to see their races get ruined. We're not even halfway into this event. Don't worry, there's a lot of action to come. One Incarnation can have a look to the bottom again in turns 1 and 2. Bottom side still hasn't been really successful. DriveThrough can just carry so much speed halfway up the track. The 24 can't really challenge him. Here's a tight little group of cars. A couple of these, they're going 3 wide now. F1 Fan 2751, the points leader, caught pretty far back, right now in 24th position. Not a very good day for that 84 team, and could be dangerous for his championship hopes. I mean, we know coming into this race, the 84 is in the lead of the championship by 29 points. So the 84 in first, running in 25th, not doing too great. Kumon Cup Series is second in the championship, but right now is in dead last and pretty far behind the rest of the field. Xander M third in the championship, also near the back of the pack, and Luke Rainey's not doing too great either. So all of these guys, Luke Rainey's in 17th. All of these guys at the top of the standings in the championship not having a very good day here at Auto Club. And we could see some big changes in championship positions after this race. I mean, Hirohito in the 45 is also doing sort of mediocre today. He's not doing well. The 55 hasn't been doing that great. DriveThrough in the points coming into this race is 29th. And What Incarnation is 21st. So this could be a very big day for both of these drivers if we stay green and they manage to keep this lead. '24 right behind the 77. That bottom side hasn't really worked out. I think I'll just follow the draft for now. I mean, there's no rush. We still have a long race to go, and although he's quick, I don't know if he's quick enough to pass the 77 and then break away into the lead. Although we've seen them come pretty close to wrecking. Now with a bit of a run in the 77, let's go on board. You can hear just how much What Incarnation has to feather on the gas when he gets right behind the 77. I'm sure if he wanted to be more aggressive, he could definitely give some bumper to the 77. Now having a look to the inside, just unable to hold the speed down in the bottom of the turn. He gets a good run out of turn 2, but we know DriveThrough's going to hold on to that top side. One Incarnation's only option if he wants to go for the lead is the bottom. In third place now, Jenza's finally been able to get around the 21. And now 5.28 back. If this 47 is quick enough, he might be able to reel in our two lead cars. And in this lap, I think he ran 2/10 faster than Carnation this last time around. I mean, you can see how quick the 47 is. He's pulling away from this group of cars he's got behind him. And remember, his tires are just that little bit fresher than the 77 and the 24. Carnation and DriveThrough still going side by side. Definitely going to hurt their speed a little bit, that's for sure. Now just 5.05 back. Keep an eye on those gaps in the top left corner. Notably the number beside the number 47 car. Right now it's 5.05 seconds back. But if that 47 is quick enough, we still have a lot of laps to go in this race, as we're just past the halfway point. It's definitely a possibility that that 47 reels in the leaders. And now they're going 4 wide, maybe? No, I thought the 99 was on the inside of the 9 car. But we've seen this group of cars go 4 wide and not really have a problem with it. Let's see if they can do it yet again here. Not quite going to make it. I think that's for everyone's benefit. Carnation's still working the inside of the 77. Way out front. And I don't think lap traffic is going to be a problem for a little bit. The 44 coming around the front now. Thick Daddy in the 81 is going to come pit. 62 laps in. I wonder if we'll see anybody go for some fresh tires. I think it's still a little bit early. These guys don't have to worry about fuel, but Thick Daddy in the 81 trying some kind of interesting strategy for sure. Or maybe it's a problem with the car. It might be a problem with the car. Yeah, they're spending quite a bit of time in that pit box, and they've already got the tires on her. So, Thick Daddy not looking too healthy right now. Carnation's still sitting behind the 77. I think at this point, honestly, the 24 doesn't really want to make the pass. We still have a lot of laps left. He might be just saving behind the 77 until the end. He's definitely close enough to make a move. And we've seen things like the Daytona 250 and the Corn 150 at Iowa, where the second place car spent a lot of time just sitting behind the leader, and at the very end makes a decisive move for the win. Thick Daddy out of the pits now. I think he's several laps down at this point. 2 laps down. Gonna be 3 in a minute here. And Cody H Gaming, with his most impressive qualifying performance of the year, and I think his least impressive race of the year. He's in 39th, having started in 5th. They had such good qualifying speed, but that 28 car has some kind of issue today. Has been passed by almost everybody in this field. Let's take a look at this battle. Let's ride on board with Jack Shadow in the number 0 car. I mean, if these guys keep going, we may see another round of green flag pit stops. That'll certainly mix things up. And I think if there's any chance of these guys to wreck and cause a caution, it'll be around the pit stops. Or if someone has a mechanical failure. Always a possibility. I'm going to ban Rig from the chat if you guys keep saying it. Alright, we get it. I'm in the lead. Can I at least enjoy it? Forza Motorsports 2061? What? Huh? I'm so confused. And what incarnation's in the lead? He's done it. The 24 has finally done it as soon as I stopped looking. What incarnation? brings the 24 car into the lead of the race. He goes to the outside of drive-through in turn 2. Gets a great exit out of the corner. And that Rusty's number 24 Dodge is in the lead of this race. And the fans love it. This place is going wild. One incarnation to the front. Let's skip on over to the present. Now on lap 70 of 113. Carnation maybe can pull away from the 77 of drive-through. And everybody calling rigged being proven wrong because drive-through is falling back. And that 24 car, we know he was fast. We know he had difficulty getting past the 77. And I said he might not be able to pull away from the 77, but right now it looks like he will. One incarnation is so fast right now. As the chat fills with terrible memes. Drive-through is fading fast. My goodness. See more 3-wide racing. Still nothing exceptional up here. One incarnation leading by about half a second over drive-through. Janza 5.5 seconds back, but pulling away from this next group of cars. As it's KHP01 battling Jose the Potato for 4th place. But I think that outside is just so much faster. Weak Boy says he's down to 14th. It's not true. You're literally in 10th. And now Jesse Boston's going to pull around the 8 and look to the bottom of the 21. I wonder if a late race debris caution is on the table. Is that legit? Can I do that? Or will that just... I think Button Carnation will get really mad if I do that. Maybe I shouldn't do that. Just like, oh, 8 laps to go? Let's throw a caution. Boop. I'm going to have the button. I don't think I'm going to do it. I think that's pretty silly. Next thing you know, the Sim Series will have stage racing. Tell you what, we've got good pack racing here. Derek now looks to the bottom of the 21. As Jose the Potato have been kind of holding up this group a little bit. I mean, I could throw a caution for debris and people will get even more mad because I'm the one who just lost the lead and is now... I mean, I guess I'm keeping up with Carnation, but I'm not really challenging him. I'm not going to boop the button. Unless I got paid to boop the button. No, that'd be even worse. Dude, if there was like a fan boost type thing where people vote on whether or not to throw cautions. No. That won't happen. We're going to have another round of pit stops. And I think that's certainly going to mix things up. And even if it's not a tight pack at the end. Oh, caution's out. Caution's out. Lap 76. Yellow flag. It's McSpookboy in the wall. On the outside of turn 3. You wanted a caution. Now you have it. The 6 car into the wall. Let's see what happened. And this changes everything. Everything. Because now they got a pit. Spook Boy coming down the back straightaway. He's losing speed. I think he lost a tire or something. He gets into the wall through turn 3. And he just gets stuck on the top of the track. And here comes the 22 of RacerFan99. Let's find him again. Trying to avoid it. Just a little bit of contact with the 6. But that'll be enough to bring the caution out. Some sort of problem for the 6 car. And that is good. One Carnation won't be happy about that one. That's for sure. 22 of RacerFan99 will pit. The 24 and the 77 will race around. And on lap 76 of 113, what is the call? Is it 4 tires? Is it 2 tires? The whole pack is going to be closed right back up together. And I think they're going to be really aggressive. And I think we could be seeing a whole string of cautions here. What Incarnation and DriveThrough. 5 seconds clear of everybody else. And now that gap is entirely gone. I didn't have to do it. I didn't have to boop the button. It happened on its own. Believe me, I don't have like cars to I screwed up the 6 car things. Don't worry about it. Let's skip forwards a little bit and get to the pit stops. So I think the strategy will be 4 tires. I don't know if anyone's going to try and take 2. They've been racing on these tires for quite a number of laps now. So if they do take 2 tires, anybody who does will be at the front of the pack and slow. Four tires for What Incarnation, and I think it'll be pretty much the same for the rest of the field here. Let's find DriveThrough. I saw him a second ago. It's easy to get lost here on pit road. As I think the entire field is going to pit. And a good pit stop by the 21 and the 47. DriveThrough loses 2 spots in the pit cycle. He goes from 2nd place all the way to 4th. Let's see exactly what happened here with the 77 team. The 24 has it easy. He's got an early pit box, so he's already sticking the tires on. It looks like a pretty normal stop for DriveThrough, but Janza and Jose the Potato managing to get just a much quicker stop in. The 21 might have it easier because he's got a pit box near the end of the line. And easy for that team to get a clean stop in. So What Incarnation leads, Jose the Potato in 2nd. And then it's Janza, DriveThrough, Weak Boy, Jesse Boston, Fireball 398, and Anderson Reed. Derek goes all the way back down to 9th, and Jack Shadow rounds out the top 10. And boy oh boy, we're going to have around 33 laps of racing left. And I think we're going to see some more 4, maybe 5 wide action when we go green here. So we're going to take a quick break until this pack is ready to go racing again. Give me just a minute. We'll look back at the leader, why don't we? We are back from the break here at Auto Club Speedway in the 4th round of the drive-through NR 2003 Tuesday afternoon sim series. Here the Auto Club 250. The end of this race will mark the end of the first quarter of the first season of the sim series, and that means it's time for a check-in. So I know I said in the announcement video I would make sure everybody's active on Discord. I'm going to put up a poll later today, and all drivers will need to respond to that poll, because if you don't, you won't be entered into the next round of the sim series. So definitely watch out for that. You guys always have to be active in the Discords. It helps that if you watch the streams and comment, but look out for it after this race. As soon as the results are up, there's going to be like a Google link and announcements. I'll let you guys, don't worry about it. So the lights are out on the Chevy Camaro pace car. Thick Daddy, who is still a lap down, is going to start on the inside all by himself. The rest of the field lines up single file. And on lap number 81 of 113, we're going to get ready to go green again. One Incarnation in the lead, Jose the Potato in second, Janza up to third through the pit stops, drive-through down to fourth, and Weak Boy in fifth. Green flag is out, and away we go. The pack immediately starts to spread out. Jesse Boston goes way up along the wall to try and get around Weak Boy. These guys are going to have to get past the 81 with these 4 fresh tires. We'll see this pack stay really tight, and we should have maybe a good battle for the lead. Coming out of turn 2, this pack already starting to close back together. Can you imagine these guys were single file just half a lap ago? Jose the Potato with a bit of a push from Jans on the outside. He's able to get past Thick Daddy and now move down to the bottom of the track. One Incarnation taking this time to drive away from the pack a little bit, and they're going 3 wide for... They're going 4 wide back here already. Back in the pack, these guys are taking the opportunity to get as many spots as they can. Some of these guys getting stuck on the high side. Janza up to second now. Jose the Potato's falling back. Weak Boy's in third. That 29 running the wall on the outside. We'll see if Janza can finally close down the 24. We know he was fast in that long green flag run, but still sort of maintained a gap of about 5.5 seconds to the leaders. Led a handful of laps at the beginning of this race. This will be the 47's chance to prove himself. And now Jose the Potato losing more spots. Drive-through moves up into 4th, and Jose's down to 5th. And look at the pack that is forming up behind him. You see Derek, Jesse Boston, Fireball 3 on 8, Anderson Reed, Jack Shadow, Julio Caesar. A lot of these guys that we, haven't seen near the front for quite a while with that really long green flag run. Although they're stuck a little bit behind the lapped car of Thick Daddy, that 81. Holding up Derek, and advantages in the outside line. Now Derek's going to go to the bottom. Trying to get past the 81 car. Won't be able to do it. And now Julio Caesar is going to stick his nose on the bottom. Spotters having to work hard yet again. 3 wide, 4 wide. Look at how much they spread out in the turns. This groove is pretty much the entire track at this point. Some of these guys running right up against the wall. And now the points leader, F1 fan 2751, working better than he's done all day. Way up at the top of the track. Look at how close these guys are to each other. And look at how dangerous it is. They're near each other's corners too. This pack is so tight right now. One Incarnation still leads by about 1/4 second over Janza. Then it's Weak Boy and Drive-Through and Jose the Potato, and then this chaos. We've got 3 distinct lanes through 3 and 4. But look what happens when we go down the front stretch. You see the 61 of Pure now. Look at the inside of the 84. I can't believe we're seeing this kind of racing at Auto Club Speedway. You know, somebody asked me before, are you going to put on restrictor plates at Auto Club? Because sometimes the Auto Club races can be boring. Look at this right now. 4 wide down the back straightaway. Now, Fireball 398 jumps to the inside of Jack Shadow. And Pure's on the inside of the 84, so we've got 4 lanes coming out of turn 4, getting really close together. What's the window of time for the pole? Anytime between today and the next race. So you're going to have a whole week to do it. Don't worry about it. You can do it on the weekend if you need to do it, but do remember. Some tight racing out front. Not quite as much. Now Weak Boy having a look to the inside of Janza for second place. This is the fastest we've seen the 29 all day. He's been near the front, but hasn't been impressing like the way he is right now. And we get to this huge mass of cars, and then there's a pretty big gap back to the next group of cars. We're really starting to see these guys pack up, and I mean, maybe you're right. Maybe this is a sort of prelude to the 2019 package, but I'm not sure. We're still looking 3 wide. Derek has lost so many spots. The 99 is down to 15th place. And this caution has really mixed up the pack. As now we're going 4 wide again. Major Fitzy looks to the bottom of the 00. We've got 4 lanes, but they're not very distinct. Cars just all over the place. And we still have a whole bunch of laps to go. There's a lot of racing yet to be done here. The 00 sliding around a little bit. Julio Cesar looking for grip. And now he's going to lose out to the top line and the bottom line. F1 fan 2751 just always finds a way to be in the right place at the right time. He's now in 8th place. He was so far back. I think he was running like 27th or something when we checked up on our points leaders last. Now into the top 10 after that caution flag. That 84 is just so quick. But this whole pack is still a little bit squeezed together behind the 81 of Thick Daddy, as the rest of these guys are pulling away a little bit. The top 4, One Incarnation, Janza, Weak Boy, and DriveThrough, trying to pull away from the rest of the pack a little bit. But I want to stay here because this racing is intense. Am I going to ignore Cody asking where he is? Maybe. I'm trying to keep up with like you guys asking where you are, but this racing is unbelievable. Look at this right now. Cody, you are... I regret to inform you, you're in 36th right now. You started in 5th and dropped like a rock. I mean, some of these guys we saw running near the back, like the 84 especially, literally in 8th place right now. This caution flag, he has just picked up a whole bunch of positions. And Michael Deitch in the 57 has dropped back off the back the rear group of cars a little bit. Not exactly sure what happened to the 57. He's still on the lead lap, I believe. No, he's a lap down. So I think the 57 had to make an unscheduled pit stop. And in terms of cars in the lead lap, Cody H Gaming is now in last. That's 38th position. He's battling with NASCAR Kumon Cup Series, who was second in points coming into this race, but I think the 44 is going to drop down the standings quite a bit. And this first group of cars is still unbelievably close together. I mean, they're going 3 wide consistently. And with all this battling that's going on, the lead 4 pulling away, as Weak Boy's still having a look at second place. But I think Janza defending that outside line will be able to hold on to it. As we're going to come to the line with 20 laps to go. 4 cars way out front. We've seen the 24 and the 77 dominate all day. Now the 29 and the 47 up in this group for the first time. And then the big pack behind them. 3 wide. I think the Emperor Hirohito is going to go 4 wide on the inside of Pure and the 9 and the 0. 4 wide through 1 and 2. And down the back straightaway as well. Now the 45 is going to jump back in line. And they spread out each time they get into these corners. You can see the pack, just how wide these guys can race. And they're going 5 wide now. The 33, the 99, the 42, the 20, the 83. 5 wide into turn 1. This could be chaos. And if the 99 can clear the 33, they might just get away with it. Derek with some risky maneuvers, but because he clears Carter Friesen, they're able to make it through the turn okay. I thought when they came out of 2, that would be cars spinning. I think, dare I say, this is the longest we've gone into a race without any accidents at all, apart from like the 6 car, but any like large wrecks engulfing the pack and taking out multiple cars. And F1 fan 2751 in the 84 is continuing this charge. He's now into the top 5. 27th when the caution came out. And he's now into 5th place. He's worked his way past this entire group of cars. And the Senna Spirit is alive and well. The points leader, who I was really concerned was going to lose the points lead after this race. Out of nowhere. The 84 had no speed in the first half of this race. The first 75% of this race. And here he is at the front of this pack. What a drive. I want to go back later on and just look at how he passed all these cars so quickly. He might even pull away from this pack. The front now, Carnation still leads by about a quarter of a second over Janza. The 29 has been battling the 47 a little bit. But while they do that, What Incarnation hasn't really been able to pull away. You can see Janza's even closing in a little bit on this lap. And as these laps wind down, these guys are going to get more and more aggressive. And we've had 2 out of 3 races with last lap passes for the win. It could be in the picture yet again today. Let's see what Janza and Weak Boy and DriveThrough can do. Although that 77 looks like he's having a little bit of trouble keeping up. This second group of cars spreading out a little bit, but this first pack is still so tight together. You can see on the front of this pack, it's now Asteroid Strike 9, who hasn't been relevant all race. A lot like the 84 has had a really good adjustments in the pit stop, I'm sure. Been able to drive past a whole bunch of these cars. So it's the 84 and the 98 ahead of this pack. They're running 5th and 6th. And then these boys running 3 wide pretty much constantly around this track. As the lead 4 is still taking it easy for now. They're staying in line with each other. The rest of these guys certainly not taking it easy. It takes a lot of aggression to be running 3, 4, and at 1.5 wide. And Hirohito's going to go top to bottom, maybe. Try and put the 61 and the 33 3 wide. Carter Friesen's had a pretty good day. That 33 is in need of points if he wants to get out of that bottom 35. Right now running the top 10. Won't be enough points to guarantee him a spot in every race though. Remember, after the 5th race of the season, so that's next week at Richmond, the guarantees, the 33 drivers guaranteed in each race will be determined by points rather than sign-up time. So for the first 5 races of the year, sign-up time determined the 35 drivers who were guaranteed a spot in every race, and then everybody else had to pre-qualify their way in. But after race 5, that 35th place cut line becomes Incredibly important. And each race, we're going to watch that cut line if there's any big moves above or below. I think, as of right now, the only driver out of the top 35 who would jump into it is Jake24 with his very impressive victory at Iowa Speedway. So now it's still pretty spread out here, as we're going to have 11 laps to go at the line. What Incarnation, Janza, Weak Boy, and DriveThrough. And we know Janza's going to have the drive to win this race because he is one of those cars outside of the top 35 in sign-up time who's in need of a big points haul after a very early wreck last week at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. Took him out of the race and left him with not a whole lot of points. If this 47 wins a race, he will be locked into the playoffs. And as any driver outside of the top 35, that's incredibly important. It'll guarantee him a full-time spot through the rest of the season. So Janza is hungry for this win. Come on, Cup Steers asks, where am I running right now? Well, you're in 38th. You're battling Cody for the last car on the lead lap right now, as the 57 and the 81 are laps down. And in that battle for last place, Cody's currently winning. This first pack of cars spreading out a little bit, but we're still seeing some spots of three-wide action. With less than 10 laps to go, without a caution, it's looking like the top four here are able to run away from the pack. We saw in the first big green flag run, 2 cars able to pull away from the pack. Now it's group 4. And Jan's in the 47 right behind What Incarnation. Now, for all of you guys who are watching the Race 2 live stream, what happened the last time What Incarnation led a bunch of laps near the end of the race? He was passed on the last lap by a part-time driver, in a Ford, I might add, for the win. And we've had 3 races, 3 different winners, all of them driving Fords. What Incarnation looked to be the first Dodge driver to put a victory here in the DriveThrough Sim Series, but he's got 2 Fords breathing down his neck. Jan's in the 47, Weak Point the 29. Now the 29 looks to the inside. I think Jan's is going to be able to defend on the top, but the more these guys battle for second, I think the less of a chance they'll have against What Incarnation here. And they're going to come out of turn 4 across the line with 5 laps remaining here in the Auto Club 250. Can What Incarnation hold off Janza? Can Janza hold off the 29? Can DriveThrough do anything from 4th place? What Incarnation looking for that elusive first win. And all of these guys. Thank you, Crispy Fried Games. I'll leave you alone. All of these drivers looking to punch themselves a ticket to the chase-offs when that starts after the 10th race of the season. Janza able to fend off the 29. Now he might have a run at What Incarnation here. DriveThrough closing in on the 29 as well. He's going to have a look to the inside for 3rd place. I think that 77 will be happy with any top 5 finish after the way the first few races of the season have gone for that team. And yes, Tropical Cyclone, I do have a whole bunch of new notifications. Although I haven't been seeing a whole lot of action this race. You can see the gap still about 1.5 car lengths between What Incarnation and Janza. They're going to cross the line now with 3 laps to go, and if the 47 wants to make a move, he better do it quickly. Blaze, it is definitely too late to join the series. Unfortunately, you missed out your chance by a few races, but don't worry, when the season is over, there'll be announcements on plans for the future. As now there's a battle for 5th place between Asteroid Strike 9 and F1 Fan 2751. The focus now on the leaders as they're going to come up to the line with 2 laps to go. Janza still no move for the lead. Can What Incarnation actually hold on and win a race? With all this pressure from the 29 behind him, I think Janza is going to be slowed down as they go too wide. Unless he can get a really good exit out of turn 2. Thank you, Jeremy Mayfield, for subscribing. I don't think we're going to have any slow cars in the way here. And I don't know if the 47 can put up a big enough run. I mean, we've seen What Incarnation has been so fast. Once he got past the 77, he was able to drive away with it. And as we come out of turn 4, they're going to cross the line. White flag, 1 lap to go. Sponsored by Credit One Bank. What Incarnation looking to hold on for his first victory of the season. He's come so close 2 races ago, the last time we were at an oval. Holding off a big charge from the 47 and the 29, who are now side by side for 2nd. What Incarnation in the Rusty's number 24 Dodge Charger coming through turns 3 and 4. Janza's not going to stand a chance. That 24 has been so fast all day. He's almost had a late race caution. Take his winning chances. Happy birthday, What Incarnation. And the 24 team punches their ticket into the chase-offs with a dominating victory. We saw how much time he spent behind the 77, took his time, got past, and has held the lead. I think Janza's going to be very happy with the 2nd place position. 2nd place position. 2nd place finish. Obviously, great points for the 47 team. That'll move him up the standings. Weak Boy's going to finish 3rd. DriveThrough 4th, but a top 5 will be good enough. The 84 of F1 Fan 2751 will manage to end it with a 5th place position. I mean, a top 5 for this team seemed unreachable. The 98 of Asteroid Strike 9 will finish 6th. Priya McShane gets a top 10 and didn't wreck. 42 is going to finish 7th. And that's Midlife 9999, a good points haul for that part-time team. As well as the number 0 of Jack Shadow, who finishes in 9th. Kumon Cup Series, you finished in 37th. You passed Cody. Cody was last of the lead lap cars. Let's have a look at... I know we were watching the leaders, but I want to see what happened to the pack across the line here. This, I believe, is for the checkered flag. It is. The 84 and the 98 close together. And Thick Daddy, who's a lap down, will lead this pack around. I mean, a great job by the 83 and the 0. Those part-time guys really need all the points they can get. Top 10 finishes for both of those teams would be fantastic. Less chaos than we're normally used to seeing in the DriveThrough Sim series. Just 1 caution all day. We had a round of green flag pit stops. We had a big pack at the start that slowly spread out, and we had a big pack at the end that actually managed to stay together. But 4 cars dominated. The 24 and the 77 especially, leading so many laps today. I think they'll be happy with that. TNT, what do you mean this is going to be my only top 5? Don't make me feel that bad. Congratulations to What Incarnation on the win. I want to, before anything else, take a look at F1 Fan 2751. Because I'm telling you, before that caution, there's going to be a lot of clicking here. I do apologize. I mean, look at his position. This is before the caution here, right? Look at the position in the top right corner. 24th. 25th. 24th. He's running like pretty solidly in 24th. They come into pit. He restarts 23rd. And then I just want to speed this up. He manages to finish 5th from where he is right now. Look at this. Just cuts through the middle of the pack. Around the outside of these guys. Around the outside again. And then through the middle. Through the middle. He's passing guys on the inside. He's passing guys on the outside. He's passing guys on the middle. Look at this guy. I mean, that is a championship waiting to be won. That 84 will extend his championship lead. And what a run. I can't believe. He's just driving around people like he's in a whole different league. Look at this. He goes around the outside of the 30, on the inside of the 21, and then just drives away from this pack. The 98 was pretty quick as well, admittedly. But for the championship leader to put through a run like that, incredible. And unfortunately, because I've been so busy this week, we can't see donuts after the race. Carnation, I'm sorry. If I don't think we can. I might. How about this? I'll put up an unlisted video, like later on this week, of Carnation's donuts. I can't do it live because I just haven't had the time to set it up, and I do apologize. But that was a very deserved victory by the 24. Let's go through the standings. What Incarnation with an incredibly high average speed, obviously because the lack of cautions. We had only 1 yellow flag. What Incarnation wins. Janza finishes 2nd. Weak Boy 3rd. DriveThrough 4th. And that top group of cars were so fast. F1 Fan and Asteroid Strike 5th and 6th. Also able to pull away from their pack a little bit. Priya McShane finishes 7th. And his Midlife 9999, Jack Shadow, and Pure in the top 10. NASCAR Lover 201, after a blown engine in qualifying, started from the rear. Manages to get a 11th place finish. Great job by him. Derek in the 99 finishes 12th. And it's the Emperor Hirohito in 13th. Carter Friesen, running part-time. That'll be a decent points haul in 14th place. Luke Rainey, 15th. Jose the Potato fell all the way down to 16th. Thanks, Dick Trickle, for subscribing. KHP01 is going to finish 17th. And then it's Adria Fitzy with, I believe, her best finish of the season in 18th. Yeah. Jesse Boston finishes 19th. And then it's Fireball 398 in 20th. DS Gaming, his first start of the year, is going to finish 21st. Ben Pie 1024 in 22nd. Then it's Julio Caesar, Anderson Reed, Hunter B, LaFlynn Zone 37, Anthony Plays, and the big one in 28th. Then it's DNP 10, Non-Cracker, Rusty Fighter, Spitfire, Stander M 33rd, Mike PMC 34th. That Aero 2003 guy in his first start will finish way back in 35th. Mitchell Collins, 36th, Kumon Cup Series, and Cody H Gaming, last in the lead lap cars, 37th and 38th. Michael Deitch, with an unscheduled pit stop, a problem on that car. He'll finish a lap down in 39th. Thick Daddy had an issue on the car. They had to stay in the pits for quite a while. Fell 2 laps down. He'll finish 40th. And then Racer Fan 99 and McSpookboy, both involved in that very brief incident. I'm surprised, actually. The 22 retired from what seemed like pretty light contact, but obviously something pretty essential broken on that car. So the 22 will finish 41st. And the 6 car at his home track, his sponsor's home track, AAA, will finish 42nd. So, a very important reminder to all drivers, check the Discord later tonight. I'm going to stick a poll up. In fact, Actually, no, I'll stick the poll up like right after this. Right after this, there's going to be a Google form. I'm going to @you guys. It'll be in announcements. And you need to respond to that if you want to be entered in the rest of the season. This is just to prevent people who like don't watch the streams and don't touch the Discord. They're not going to be entered into the next event. So make sure you fill that out. There's some other information for Richmond next week, because I know it's October and it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. The DriveThrough Sim series is going pink. I'm talking pink window banners, pink stream graphics, all that fun stuff. And if you guys want pink numbers or like pink sponsors, paint schemes, that kind of stuff, all of that's in the like the same poll. I think I called it like the check-in, the Sim Series quarter check-in or something like that. Anyways, watch out for that. Thank you to everyone for watching. If you're not in the Discord, join the Discord, even if you're not driving, because that's where you'll first learn about future series and stuff like that. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. I think, is this after the race here? Oh no, this is 105. Janza actually, I didn't know how close he came. When we weren't looking at the leaders, Janza got to the inside of one Carnation, but on the outside line, it is superior. Anyways, next week, same time, you know it, 5 p.m. on Tuesdays. Richmond Raceway. We're going short track, and there's going to be chaos. I think it'll be Iowa-like. It'll be a lot of fun. Unfortunately, no donuts, but I can definitely run the victory music. See you all later.